want to show you guys what I'm using to help me get rid of all those like annoying ass little bumps on my face, like all this.
All right, guys. Hello, it is High Priestess Jamila. Shout out to my chat. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Hello, it is High Priestess Jamila, and I'm in full witchy mode. Okay, yes, I am. But let's talk about challenges. Challenges that even the most talented person, including a witch, may have in life or maybe have had in the past, okay? So, you're a creative person, you're a dreamer, you're a positive person. You want things in life, right? She made that screen blue and it's making me come up blue. Yeah, can you like... Sorry, y'all. Because now I look blue. My grandbaby just made everything blue. So you've got all these dreams and these aspirations in life, but and everybody's story can be different. Okay. If you were raised by narcissistic parents, or if you have like a narc ex, or if you just have narcs in your life, period, what a narc will do, let me put my veil back up. Okay, what a narc will do, the main thing that a narc will do is they will try to create a negative identity for you. If you had parents that were narcs, they created a negative identity for you probably. Some of your narcissistic parents actually had Munchausen syndrome. This is where the parent could get a lot of attention if it was something wrong with their child. So many of you guys have parents that are like that, okay? Or had parents that are like that. So it could be as deep as that, or it could be just that your parents didn't do much with their lives. They didn't, they didn't have the same drive and ambition that you had. Not really. They didn't have the same wants for their family, or they couldn't do it for some reason. There was a challenge, and you grew up, and now you're having challenges in life, aren't you? Yeah, and some of you guys, sorry, a lot of people that were raised this way, they either end up being narcs and being totally codependent on somebody or either their parents, or they end up, not being successful in life. Okay? They do, because especially if you are a few among a lot of people, like maybe in your family, because I've seen this before. I've seen where it will be a whole bunch of people in the immediate family, and they didn't really have a lot of success in life, and there was struggles early on. You know how everybody likes to kind of brag about how it was all a struggle. I don't know why people like to brag about struggle. I don't understand it. I mean, brag about making it through it, but if that's all that you're going to do is survive, barely make it, living on the edge of night, nobody wants to live that way. Let's say that you have seen that, maybe your parents either had drinking problems, drug problems, maybe your father could have went to jail for half of his life, or whatever it is. For some reason, when you are dealing with that situation, especially if it's a narc, energetically, everything is working against your goals in life. And I'm going to tell you guys the truth about this. A lot of times, your Christian and Catholic parents are the magicians. Because, see, that's why they can't wait to get up in that church, because they do work in that church. Those are rituals. Okay, so it ain't just about witches. All of us are doing witchcraft. Everybody, even Christians. Okay, they don't realize that Jesus was a freaking witch. He was a healer and a witch. So he was creating miracles, right? Well, guess what? They are trying to work against your goals because they want to tell you what to do and to control you. You may have a dream of living in Copenhagen. You might want to just move to Copenhagen. You know what I'm saying? You might want to go to Louisiana. And they're going to do everything energetically to stop you from doing that. And the reason why they want to stop you is because they don't believe that you deserve your own identity. That's one of the reasons why if you get 10 people together that are all friends, and you got 9 of them that never grew up, but the 10th person was like, hey, I know what I want in life. They're gonna all energetically pitch in to stop you from doing what they want you to do. And the reason why is because or either they'll dish you or be jealous of you, because now they can no longer identify with you. They can't, because and then they'll say, then this is the biggest lie that narcs will use. Let's say you're 23 or 33. Let's say at the age of 23, you've been working jobs or odd jobs for years since you were old enough to work. And let's say that at some point in life, you decided, hey, I want to start my own business so I can have financial freedom. The narc will tell you, well, you didn't have that 5 years ago, so why should you go for it now? You see how they try to mind fuck you? I don't know why that would even work on anybody. The only thing I can think of is that it's witchcraft. It's witchcraft, because if you use your own energy to manifest what you want in life, then nobody else can use it. When you own your own home, guess what? You own yourself. Hey, Orion's daughter, you called it. Hey, sweetie. Yes, honey. Welcome. Okay, so I got my mod up in here, okay, and she don't be playing, y'all, so okay. All right, so I know that a lot of you guys will say, well, I'm just going to go out there and do what I want to do. And I'm not, so, and you say, I'm not going to identify with them. And so that's good. But I think that you need to back it up. You got to back it up. You got to back up those words and affirmations that you say. It's because because the majority of the population is not set up like the way I live. They're trying to rip apart the establishment, but then again, they're trying to keep it because it's very safe. It's comfortable. I don't think it's anything wrong with it. I personally think that a lot of stuff needs to be overthrown as to why the CEO of your company gets 700 million per year while the employees scatter around like rats trying to find the biggest piece of cheese. So instead of you just getting a piece of that cheese, you have an opportunity to go out there and get an entire damn pie. So when you do that, your narc family or whoever, they planting seeds of destruction in your plans, and will even make you feel bad, will even send you energy as if you have a big super ego, and it's just not right to want more. What was wrong with what we gave you? Why do you think so? Then this is when you have to say, I no longer identify with this shit. I am wealthy, I am liberated, and I'm not doing it no more. That's when you have to say that. But don't just say it, bind it. Bind your intent. And don't play around with it. Don't play around with it, honey, because let me tell you something. While they were trying to keep you in that little box to where that was all you could identify with, I mean, I'm not even talking about just when you was 18, 19 years old, when a kid is still a kid. I'm talking about when you in your 30s and you starting to notice, you starting to say, wait a minute, what is going on here? So, um, women especially have these challenges because men as a whole are trying to be dominant. They're trying to control the divine feminine power. Okay, even your daddy. Okay, so you guys got to understand that when I do work for you, I am telling spirit what it must do. And a lot of you guys don't realize how much they have you brainwashed so where you can't go nowhere in life. Many of y'all have tried, and guess what? You failed. The reason why you failed was because you probably didn't have magic black backing it up, because all these people that are oppressing others, they have magic to back it up. Why do you think that you're so brainwashed? Why do you think that they have the power to do a lot of the stuff that they do? It's when you finally start to wake up to that, and many of you guys that woke up later in life, they really fighting for your energy because you're ripe. When male or female, when you're around the age of 30, but when you are between the age of 30 to 100 and to 150, you're ripe. So that there, I do believe in my heart of hearts that intentionally but unintentionally, our parents sold us out to a demon that fed off of our energy. And then tried to make you feel bad about it. Tried to make you feel bad because, you didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? Well, how could you go to college? They couldn't afford it. So let's say that you grew up and your parents were very poor. Okay, let's say that they could barely buy you a damn pair of shoes. And then when you get older, those same parents will have the audacity. They may be making 20, 30, 40, 50,000 per year, or maybe even less than that, because they probably let this stuff tear them down. And they looking at you like, how dare you think that you're gonna go and make six figures while I'm sitting up here? Who you think you are? See, you have got to even stop identifying with that at all. Stop identifying with it at all. Okay, and you know what? The way you guys are identifying is because you're complaining about it, but you ain't doing nothing. You complain, but you don't do. You don't do anything. You just complain about it, and you struggle. Every freaking day is a struggle. Like every single day, because they're struggling every single day. Why can't they get rid of their bad spirits, get it together? Why couldn't they do that? What was wrong with them? And what is wrong with you wanting more with your life? And why are they trying to stop you? Now, I already told y'all that the number one theory is that they are demonically possessed. Okay, that's at the top of the list. Probably about 80% of them that do this are demonically possessed. Okay. And, they don't even realize it. There are some people, they'll exhibit behaviors, and they'll do things to you, and they won't even, they'll just go have a cup of coffee. They'll do what they do, and then they'll just go have a cup of coffee. They don't give a damn. In the meanwhile, your spirit is screaming. You can feel it when they are trying to bind you. You can feel it, especially if you're a witch or an intuitive and you're on a spiritual path, okay? Well, regardless if you are a nurse, a doctor, an attorney, a police officer, you can work, a court reporter, there's so many other engineer, maybe you own a coffee shop or something. You know what I'm saying? You don't. It's not. It's not just for witches, because many of y'all struggle all the time. And the job security that was promised to us is not there. If you notice, they switched it to at will. They can fire you anytime, you can quit anytime. So y'all got to understand the choices that you're being given here. And you have many of them. You know, you don't have to just go on that, you don't have to go on that narrow path. And so when you stop identifying with them, especially if you have parents that are just really just very ignorant, that think that you're supposed to work hard. You know who those parents work for? They work for the slave masters. Okay, all working hard did was gave them health problems. That's why they always at the doctor. So why would you listen to them? Well, you know, hard work is good for you. That's true. That's true, but you know, it depends on what kind of hard work you're talking about, because I mean, it would be different if it were hard work with decent pay. uh, so, and a lot of people will say, well, how are we going to do this when everybody is starting their own business? See, that's because a lot of people don't think about how money actually flows. Okay, they don't really actually think about that. They always think of money in terms of hoarding it and saving it. Okay. That's all y'all think about. Y'all say, "Oh, I'm horrible with money. I can't save money." Well, no, you just don't have enough money for all of your needs and your desires. And so they call people like me the devil. They call your girl the devil because I said that you should have what you desire. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with getting what you want in life? Who the hell told us that it was something wrong with that? Why should anybody have to accept not getting what they want in life? Who does that? Sorry, guys, I have no makeup on, and you can tell that I've been doing spiritual work all night long. Yeah. You guys got to be smart about that, because you don't ever want to look up and regret anything. And nobody should ask you to. Nobody should ask you to give up your dreams for them. Nobody should ask you to give. And it's not, okay, let me tell you something. You have to have dreams in life. It's not just about being a singer, a rapper, a basketball player. It's about having your own identity. So, for example, if your parents had an exact plan for what they wanted your life to be, and typically for especially a lot of African American people, it was a single unwed mother. That's what those were their whole high hopes and visions for you. You're living in their reality that they identified you to. They said this is this person's limitation, and it doesn't matter. This is just what it's going to be. And that's exactly what they're doing. Okay. Because as soon as, and the reason why they have to maintain that is because it's important for their own identity. They won't feel right about themselves if you're not exactly where they want you to be. Okay. What the fuck does that have to do with you? Not a damn thing. That's why we bought stock in reversal candles, honey. We bought stock up in with them. Them red and black candles. You can do a lot with a red candle and a black candle. Because let me tell you something. First of all, y'all need to stop thinking that y'all parents is y'all friends necessarily, because they not. Because they're not. You can't trust them. Unfortunately, they are competing with you. They don't have enough sense to understand, well, if I do this, then, this would reflect poorly on me. No, they don't have that kind of, and still it shouldn't even be about them. It should be about your happiness. They're responsible for their own happiness and you're responsible for yours. So when you say, I have my own identity, okay? When you say, I have my own identity, it's not about not being like them, even. Because they can be whoever they are. That's perfectly fine, right? Everybody makes choices in life. Everybody is given free will. But you have to have your own identity outside of what they have identified you as and has labeled you as. Whether or not, you had a drunk, crack-headed father that called you a whore, said that you were going to, no man was ever going to love you, you're not good enough. Those were curses. Just like when somebody, if somebody said to you, oh, ain't no, oh, you just ugly. Oh, don't nobody love you. Oh, you're going to be broke the rest of your life. Those are things that they have programmed into you, and they have cloaked those things around you. So it is very important because, literally, the sad part about it is that the generation before our parents, the baby boomers, like if you're between the ages of 30 and 50, 9 times out of 10, your parents are betraying you spiritually. Okay. That's just all it is to it. Now, the grandparents were a lot better. Okay. So the generation before that, but then with some of the grandparents, it was wonky too. Okay. Yeah. And they're still doing it. They're still speaking nasty things about you. It never changes. If somebody has the ability to betray you once in that childish ass manner that narcs do, they got the ability to betray you again. And you've got to make sure that you don't identify with that at all. When you stop doing that, your back will stop hurting. You'll have more time to give your body what it needs. Okay, because these people are creating sickness as well. I mean, they wanted the younger generation to be sicker than they were. Notice how they keep adding stuff to it. They keep trying to make us sicker and sicker. It just gets worse and worse. Now, what I want to tell y'all is that the good news is that if you're listening to what I'm talking about, and we ain't even, we can talk about the law of attraction, but I don't give a damn who I'm around. I'm still gonna get mine. We're talking about identifying yourself. Who are you? Who do you really feel that you are? Do you feel that it is what was created? That's what narcs do. Even when you see them in social media, they will create an entire image of you that is totally false. And they won't do it just once. They won't just, no, they keep doing it over and over again. It becomes a codependency and a crutch for them. Okay, you got to understand that narcissistic people are very codependent, but they will also have you in crutches. They will have you on crutches, especially if you are an empath. Now, around the 60s, 70s, and 80s, there were a lot of empathic people that were born. They called them indigos and crystal children. Okay. And many of them did get aborted because there were, there's a lot of things in this world that just makes it obvious that the world is under some kind of psychosis. Okay. And it's not even about the times that we're in. Some things are just timeless. This other stuff that they've been doing, trying to euthanize women, with these shots. It went from, the birth control pill to this, total, violation of the woman's body. They put devices inside of women like chips, causing them to be infertile, causing cancer. Um, it's really bad. We are in a state of emergency about this. You guys have really got to open up your eyes to see what the hell is going on. Then they went out and they sold you abortion. And so they talked you into feeding your children to these demons because that's exactly what they do with them and to them. They drink their blood. Yeah, they use them in beauty products. hmm So when you did that, what do you think you were doing? So this is something that is going to have to be learned, and it's going to and see, this is the reason why I repeat myself over and over again, because the things that everybody has been taught, y'all notice that I got the same message. I've had the same message for years. A lot of these behaviors and these these self-fulfilling curses, it's because these things have been drilled into your head over and over again, subliminally. The attitudes, the smell, the sense of smell. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll say something nasty and negative about animals, but they don't like nature and animals. But rarely do you see animals. You're not going to see a animal walk into an abortion clinic and say, hey, I'd like to kill this child inside of me, because life is a struggle, and people said that we're supposed to struggle, and that this was going to be hard, and that I wasn't going to make it. So, and I'm not coming down on anybody that has done that. I'm just trying to get you to open up your eyes to see what it is that I'm talking about, okay? Because it is in fact a state of emergency, because right now there's a lot, y'all be thinking that all of this crap that goes on has to do with viruses and man-made biological weapons. It is man-made biological weapon. All the souls of these people. The veil is there. I can't tell Halloween from Christmas no more. So the veil is there is no veil, actually. There is none. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. And many of y'all, like like some of the cases that I'm working on right now, is unbelievable how corrupt everything is, isn't it? Just like mind boggling. Like, what in the hell is actually going on up in here? It's mind boggling, isn't it? All of the corruption and the crazy and the injusticeness. And I mean, if you decide to, you can literally just lay down and take it. But I personally, for not, will never do. Don't even ask me to. Don't ask me to roll over and bend over backwards for anybody. Don't. Don't. And so when you start to have your own identity, okay, this is what causes your root chakra. See, the root chakra, that's your backbone. Okay, that is your backbone, your root chakra. Okay, yeah, isn't it? It's your backbone. It's your fire. It's your passion for life. But then as you go up and up, and you make it up into the third eye, the throat, and the crown chakra. See, this is where things start to get very complicated, because this is when you go from surviving to flourishing. See, anybody can just survive. Ooh, Lord, boy, that was a, when you be living on the edge of night, you know what I'm saying? You don't know where your next meal is coming from. You're unsure, you're insecure. I personally can't live life like that. I can't live life feeling insecure, feeling like I've for me it just no, no. I grew up. Trust me. So and so a lot of people will go out there and they'll take things for granted. But let me tell you something. Imagine being out on your ass, whether or not it's with children or no children, and you don't know where your next meal is going to come from. So times can be hard out there, can't they? And when you got some jackass, no matter who it is, I don't care who it is, okay? That energy and that spirit, this is the reason why narcissistic parents is in the title. Because to be honest with you, there's really nobody nobody else in this world that has the power to create an identity for you. So an identity may be somebody that can't survive. An identity may be somebody that it just depends, and they are creating that for you because they believe that they have the right, and they actually don't. Just to let you guys know that they don't have the right to do that, but they can. And they'll have you living in a guest house or something. You can't never get on your feet. It's not to say that you didn't that you're blaming them, but even once you get to where you're going, you're still sensing that struggle. Even if you went out and beyond your environment, and you did better and you accomplished more, but you could sense that struggle was still there, and it weighs in on you very heavily. Very heavily. It's terrible. It's a terrible feeling. It is a terrible feeling. I was telling my spiritual husband, I said, I said, I couldn't even imagine not having, less than X amount of money in the bank. You know what I'm saying? And what's wrong with that? Like, they taught you that what did they teach you, that you didn't deserve better? Yeah, did you say this today? Hey, MJM Fox. Hey, Kiana Sua. And I am a goddess Bay. Hello. Yes. Yes. So we are synchronous. We in sync then, because this is exactly why I'm on here talking about this, because my whole thing about it is that, you already have to get past the identity that they have created for you, right? Because they'll keep doing it. Even if you start to do better in life, they'll still create that identity for you. You know what I'm saying? That of whatever it is, struggle, no love. You know what I'm saying? You may have challenges in your love life or whatever. You may have challenges with your parenting or whatever. Yes, they do interfere with your children, and they are doing work on your children. They are. They do work on kids. Okay? They're witches. They witches in the goddamn church. I told y'all that. Shit. And y'all finding it out, ain't you? And you better back it up with either a candle and some blood.
Mom.
Okay? Hold on a minute, guys. Hold on. Okay, y'all, I'm back. So, and I wouldn't even, I mean, if you worried about it, then do something about it. Okay, and you just gotta let spirit know, I ain't gonna never get tired, because you know what? There is an end to that struggle. There is an end to that struggle, because once you have identified self completely and totally, Once you have identified self, okay, then you can't really go back, right? You can't go back. Once you have identified self and you have developed this power inside of you that allows you to overcome that, because it does take power to overcome that. Why? Because they're using power against you. And the last time I checked, nobody's going to give you permission. You don't have to have somebody's blessing. Okay? You don't trust and believe, and especially with our parents, they done got income tax checks throughout the years. They done collected stuff on us. They done got free government cheese because of us. No, I'm joking. But y'all know what I'm talking about. So we don't owe them anything. We don't owe them anything. Yeah. Yeah, oh God, you never do that. You know what I'm saying? Never. That would never happen. But I think that energy always kind of creeps in and you like, hold on, wait a minute, something don't seem right. I might feel like I'm in need of too much stuff all the time. I might feel like I'm having some bad juju or something. And then your spidey senses start going off. And that's we use rituals for that. This is what has consistently happened now, especially if you identify as a witch. There's so many of us witches that are witches, and our parents are in denial about any of it. Like, they're so ridiculous how they go to church, they pray, they speak affirmations against people, but then they say that they're not using witchcraft. Well, what do you think that is? You're speaking and you're putting emotion into it. And so they're hypocrites. Okay. But many of us witches had problems with our families. It wasn't, cozy, cozy. Oh, it's lovey dovey. And, I'm so happy I'm going to sit down and teach you how to survive, because a lot of y'all don't even know how to survive. Ain't that crazy? And we'll look at our parents and we'll say, I had great parents, but they didn't teach you how to survive. They didn't teach you how to survive. How can you say that they were good parents when they didn't teach you how to survive? How could somebody, I mean, do y'all understand what I'm saying? These are the emotional blockages, some of them that you're dealing with. And them emotional blockages are bad too. Because, a lot of you have been neglected. All of your creativity was neglected. They threw a bunch of numbers in front of you and said, no, just add and subtract, which is okay. But doing addition and subtraction over and over again, what is that supposed to reteach me the same goddamn thing over and over? You learn that when you're 5 years old, how to add and subtract. So you end up with years and years and years of wasted being taught how to be a damn slave. That's basically what they teach you when you think about it. I don't mind a bunch of people doing their creative shit. I feel better that way. That's what they taught you to be. Was a slave for the system. If you were lucky, you had parents that could afford to send you to college. Yeah, you could afford to have that. And then maybe you'll get a good job, maybe not. You end up trapped within this limitation. And many of you guys have hobbies and creativities, but you go to work and you feel like you're being fed upon. You feel drained. And you say, well, damn, why do I feel so drained? I only worked 8 hours today. And then when you get your groove back, they trying to take it from you. They all looking at you crazy like, what's wrong with her? Why she ain't burned out? Why she ain't sad? Why she ain't taking off of work today? You know what I'm saying? Like it just, and the stuff that you guys deal with at work. Oh God. Especially, there are some people that are okay with that. They're made for that sometimes. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I think that if you have the potential to do something, you should do more than what you're doing. And get that spirit of procrastination off of you. Many of y'all, like, for some reason, your growth was stunted purposely. They purposely stunted your growth, injected brain altering things inside of you from the time that we were all born. What the hell? So, I mean, really the only thing that's left to do is just to take the leap of faith. And I'm wondering if many of you guys took that leap, because we had a jump. This whole Toyota Corolla thing, this was about a time jump. And you know what's crazy is that I moved into my house right before the shit hit the fan. Like, my spirits are so amazing. Thank you, God. It's like they are just so amazing. You know what I'm saying? But like, even that was a struggle because of where I came from, because of the thought processes. What your mama think about is so important. Your mother's thoughts. If she's sitting up there thinking nothing but negative thoughts about you, you're going to pick up on that. When your parents get upset, you get upset. Now, why couldn't they do... Hey, what is she doing? Now, why couldn't they do better? Well, take it from her then, Danielle. What thing? Oh, oh. Yeah, what good does that do? And really, all we've had is generations and generations of very codependent people. Very codependent people, codependent on the government, codependent on family, codependent on this, codependent on that, codependent on drugs, codependent on alcohol. Where has it led us? It's just a spiritual, intranquil mess. And I be sensing y'all because I don't know what happened, but it was between 2018 and 2020. I went through some kind of vortex and all of my spiritual gifts got magnified like 100 times. Hold on a second, guys. Okay, I'm back, y'all. Hey, Hecate, triple moon goddess. Hello. So, yeah, literally the only thing that church does is make you feel better for failing. That's all they do. Make you feel better when you're a failure. Okay, and they've made all of our parents feel better and the people in our lives that should have been looking out for us and people that should have been teaching us. And it seems like everybody has just been taught and they want to brainwash your children. They want them to think the same goddamn way. And then, oh, your baby daddy. Oh, God, your baby daddy. Your narcissistic, low-lifed baby daddy that ain't never done nothing with his life. Oh. And you know what you need to do? Write down on a piece of paper. My children don't identify with you. We will have everything that you could never afford and probably will never afford. Because a narcissistic man, husband, or baby daddy, if he gonna make sure you don't go far in life, he gonna make sure you don't go far. He will. Okay, and it's sad, but many of them would rather you be a stripper or some crazy mess like that than to have your own successful company. Now, also keep in mind that it is the year 2020. For the past 5 years, we have in fact, been experiencing past life transgression and regression is what we have been experiencing as a whole. I was sitting here watching YouTube one day and I hear these two males talking, and they're black men. And they weren't talking about me, they were just talking about women in general. And they said, oh, women can't run a corporation. Now, women actually do run corporations every single day, but it's just so funny how they literally act like they were out of the like some and then here's another thing. Certain people that practice certain religious beliefs, they had their own little villages. There were women that were definitely progressive throughout history. You know, especially things that you see political. You know what I'm saying? It's really never been a need for political, help for women because we've always been empowered. It just depends on who your family was. Okay? Many of y'all come from families where the males are very oppressive to the females. Very oppressive. It's like I guess a bad time that came through for everybody with as far as like the discrimination and stuff, and I'm gonna sit the phone down, guys, because I'm making my coffee. So, and you know what? You know what you say to those men? You say, I don't identify with the woman that you're expecting me to be. I'm sorry, I don't identify with that. They say something crazy to you, don't even get upset. Oh, I can't compute that. I can't understand that. Huh? Quit responding to ridiculous things that they say. Now, do you think that any woman was going to go up there and argue with those ridiculously foolish men? They sounded ridiculous. They sounded like they had came from some kind of, I don't know, remote area where they didn't know nothing about the real world. And they probably didn't, because half of them live with their mama and ain't really went nowhere in life. I can just, especially these ones that are out in social media. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to take digs at nobody. I'm just saying, you don't know who these people are. They come on here and say ridiculous statements that have nothing to do with the real world. And they'll go out in life, and a lot of these men will look at women as just coochie, and they have a hard time coming up out of that. That's their problem. That's their mental prison. They're going to find out in life, they're going to find out how many people are not actually okay with that. People that are out in the real world. It's very easy if you have never lived to only guess what is going on out here. If you've never actually supported yourself, and there are many people out there that have never actually supported themselves. Why? It's too hard. Why is it hard though? Because you identify with a struggle. You identify with poverty. You identify with failure. Because that's what they've told you. I've sat up here and listened to men and then various people in people's family, even in my own. You know, they'll say, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing with your life. You just gonna be on welfare. You ain't gonna do nothing with your life. You know, y'all gotta understand that the whole welfare joke is constantly being pushed onto women. We're not even gonna talk about black women. We're not even gonna talk about the black women that gets pushed onto, but just women in general. But do you know how many men are on welfare? You know how many men will try to get custody of your kids just so that they can get a welfare check, thinking that I get it now. And it's like, oh my God, what in the world did they put estrogen in the water? Yeah, I got to address that. And then also this incoming negative energy that's going to be on YouTube tomorrow for mothers. You disgust me. All of you men that act like that, we are way more powerful than you. A woman gave birth to you. Hello. So why would you come out in social media and do those things? So tomorrow is going to be a social media circus. Sad part about it is that this social media circus is going to be black male identified men. That's why I don't identify with them anymore. I don't call myself black. I call myself pink. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry because I can already see it. It's coming. Trust me. They're going to be talking crazy about women. They're going to purposely attack on Mother's Day. And then they wonder why they don't have anything. No, they didn't go and buy roses for the divine feminine. They went and acted a damn fool. And you see why they're going to end up with coal and dirt and graveyard dirt in their Christmas stockings this year. Okay, that's just what's going to happen. And then they'll pretend that they just didn't want to celebrate that holiday when in reality it wasn't about celebrating the holiday. It was the fact that you didn't get no blessings and you didn't get no miracles in your life. And because what you've been doing. Can you get my yogurt from her? Thank you. I got some plain Greek yogurt with almond butter. I'm about to tear this up. So, do better for yourself. Let's say that you have crazy parents or narc family with health problems. Oh my God, those are the worst because they want everybody in the family sick. One person sick, they want everybody in the family sick. Well, what if I told you that taking spiritual baths, getting cleanses, you may even need a Gen Hex remover, doing yoga and drinking herbs is going to cure you of that? What if I told you that? And see, this is one of the reasons why. Hey, what is she doing with that spoon? Yeah. Don't let it hurt you. I wouldn't even take it personal. When you let it hurt you, that means that you're identifying with it because that's what their intent is. Their intent is to hurt you. So why even give that your emotion? Because that's exactly what they want. They make you feel like crap. They can feed off of you. And some of y'all, they don't even know what they doing. Some of them, like especially like I'll be trying to tell, because I could sense that it was somebody Christian that's been going to church praying for me or something. It's like, pray for yourself. Why would you be in church praying about somebody else? Pray for yourself. You're supposed to be, my soul is fine. I'm happy in life. But tomorrow is Sunday and it is also Mother's Day. So please believe that they will be on the rampage tomorrow. A lot of confused males, and they'll still do it. They'll still do it because they're blind and that's their life purpose. Okay, after the age of 40, if a man is still doing something, we can extend him to 45. Let's give you to the age of 45, baby. Let's see if you gonna change. If he ain't changed, he ain't gonna never change. And that the spirit gave them an extension because it's actually 25. You better be careful where you at and what your thought process it is at the for some reason 20, 15, 25, 35, and 45, and then 55. For some reason there's major like portals that open for some reason with the 5 at the end. And because for some reason spirit been telling me that for years. It could just be through observation, but like I've been saying this for years, that if you're a certain age, way by the age of 25, then you're probably not going to change. You know what I'm saying? So stop wasting time on these folk because they not going to change. Maybe they will, but don't have no emotional attachment to that. That's where self-love comes in, because you're looking to those people for validation. But when you think about it, there's plenty of people out there that's willing to validate you. Why do you have to have this person do it? Like, for what? Like, I would be suspicious that maybe that person is using witchcraft on me. Because why do you give a shit? Like, if I give a shit, you must have some kind of witchcraft on me if I care. Because I shouldn't even care. You shouldn't even care. And, stop thinking that you're hurting somebody's feelings, because they typically don't feel the same way that you do. Okay, when I tell y'all about y'all, I be like, well, you feel that way, but see, this other person, see, they just don't feel the same way. Quit thinking that just because you would feel that way and assuming, because you know what they say when you assume. And, it's not to say that, because the only thing you probably failed at is keeping a job. That's the only thing you failed at. That's not failure. That's a blessing. Okay. Now, I remember there was a time when I would have 2 or 3 jobs at once. I'm supposed to be starting on the same day. For some reason, I couldn't decide which one I wanted until the recession kicked in. I think that was in 2008. I think that's when that was. Whenever it was, I think it was when Bill Clinton was in office and all those laws started changing. We had that recession, that job recession. Like, I think it was like maybe 10 years ago. And and I realized that because I was having a hard time finding a job, I had to start working from home. And then that was when the journey began. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, right, exactly. Hey, Princess Cass. Yup. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you guys too. Yes. Am I gonna do a ritual tomorrow? Mm-hmm. I'm definitely going to be doing a ritual tomorrow. Even though this is a government holiday, the ritual that I will be doing will be protection for the mommies. Okay? Because they've been neglected. A lot of y'all women got neglected during your pregnancies. You got neglected during birth. You had one of those horrible hospital births. It just, this ain't life. This ain't life. And so we're going to be talking about motherhood. I want to come and talk about pregnancy, birth, sex, pregnancy, birth is what I want to come and talk about tomorrow. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. I am going to order flowers for the goddess. Okay, for the goddess in me. I will be ordering flowers. I've got a lot of dried roses. I think I can make some rose water. So we're gonna make some rose water on Mother's Day. Okay, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yes, we're gonna have a lot of fun tomorrow. So I'll be back to talk about that and all of the joys of being a woman and being a mother and what being a mother means to me, and then we can talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have some fun tomorrow. And we're gonna counteract the evil. Because I don't want none of y'all going to none of these dudes' channels where they talking about single mother and all this. Man, stay away from that crap. Stay away from that. You ain't doing nothing but punishing yourself. And for what? For a rule that was made up by a 4,000-year-old man. You gonna punish yourself and feel bad and even give a damn about. I wouldn't even care about what those men have to say. Those ain't even your men. Your men are in nature. That's where y'all men is at. Y'all, these are some kind of robot decoys that they done like, wait a minute, hold on, brother. Hold on. You don't understand why I'm a woman and I've given birth? No, I don't understand why you just didn't abort. I'll never talk to you again. It'll never be in this lifetime. It's a demon. It's an empty seater. Any man that comes up to a woman talking about her babies, talking about no. It's something wrong with you. Okay? You ain't normal. I don't identify with you. That's how you get them. You say I don't identify or understand anything that you just said. Remember, I said that in 2020 we were going to become aloof because as soon as you start arguing with them, then you're identifying with them. And you don't want to identify with them mind, body, and spirit. You don't want your crown, your third eye, your throat. You don't want none of your chakras identifying with none of that shit. No, you don't. We're going to start speaking that a lot because that is a very powerful phrase to say, I don't identify with that. People probably gonna lose it and flip out if she's not identifying. Can you, oh my God. She just, oh my, get that glass from her before she breaks it. Yeah, put the glass back in it. Okay. So yeah, and because they're gonna argue with you about it, and then also I would say that I would get prepared, get your black salt out, get your baths out. I think we should take baths tonight, all of us women and mothers. If you're watching this, take you a nice relaxing bath because the energy is gonna kick in probably about 8:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever you gotta adjust that to your time zone. Okay, so make sure that y'all in the tub. Some of y'all gonna have to get in the tub during the day. Okay, because they see, and that's why I said when you cleanse yourself, when you cleanse your aura and your etheric, when you're cleansing yourself, you're actually getting rid of so much junk that has been embedded inside of your chakras where it's all the way in the back of the chakra. Like it's been like, because you can't get rid of all of it at once. It depends on how deeply they programmed you. You can't get rid of it all at once. So you got to do it in spurts because I remember doing my very first generational hex remover. And this was not a multi-generational hex. This was the stuff that got put on me was put on me current generation and for the generation after that. For some reason, somebody became very demonic, and then there you have it. Okay? And for some reason, they're banking on you being distracted. Well, it didn't distract nobody. Like, remember when I came to y'all and I told y'all like a month and a half ago, I said, don't get distracted because the Toyota Corolla, your enemy is still coming for you. They came over there, put like 40 or 50 thumbs down on that video because I was exposing the truth. You see, I'm still here. I ain't went nowhere. So a lot of y'all got scared. They said, we gonna kill you. And I remember feeling those I don't know if they were like stun guns or whatever kind of stuff that they point at you, and because they were saying, the whole gang stalking thing, so tell them, say, I don't identify with being a gang stalking victim. I don't identify as that. And they'll say, what? I'm not identifying with anything like that. Like, what'd you say? Do you even know me? Like, this is what's, because I'm telling you, man, and they operate in groups. They do. And they be communicating and stuff. all day, what is so and so doing, who's doing this, who's doing that, because and in the meantime, what you do while they doing that is you do you. Shit. You do you. But if you feel like you can't stop thinking about it, and like you're feeling just very like just sick and tired of being sick and tired, you could use a cleanse, because they done sucked you dry. And believe it or not, a cleanse will regenerate you. So when I say cleanse, yeah, you do need a cleanse, because that way because your chakras already know how to work. They work. It's not that the chakras are not working. It's not that you don't have the energy. It's just that it's being taken from you before you're able to benefit from your own energy. Okay? So this is literally most of your problem is that you are being used like a battery. They collected a lot of energy the past few months. My goddess. Even if the Toyota Corolla was real, even if it were real, they still were able to feed off of all of that. Which I believe that it's psychological biochemical warfare. There's certain herbs that you gotta have. And see, we ain't gonna speak too much about it, because when you start talking about something, you give it power. But don't fall for the okie doke, and stop believing in these man-made illnesses. All of them were man-made. Okay? If you tell your brain that you're gonna die, then surely you're gonna die. If you tell yourself every day that you're gonna die, then you will. Okay? It's as simple as that. But I think that for the most part, I'm not even going to talk about my theories on death, because I question everything now. I question it all. Okay, just because I have died and came back so many times. Okay? Trust me. So, anyway, guys. Set your intent, and the best, the best color that you can work with is the color of red, orange, yellow. Okay, but mainly red. So I've got a ritual coming up for you guys. It's going to have a lot of those really beautiful colors. I just got to wait for my candles to get here. Oh my goddess, guys. Y'all are going to love the summer solstice. You guys are going to love my summer solstice group ritual. So I'm going to use a lot of red, yellow, orange, pink candles. Okay. We're going to have a lot of, it's going to be gorgeous. Okay. So anyway, I wanted to come and give y'all that tip today. I hope that you guys, mama, why are you messing with your grandma? My mama. She's so adorable. I'd forgive her for anything. I'm a grandma, y'all. Not grand. Well, grand too. I like being grand. I don't mind being grand. Grandma. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to come and give y'all that tidbit today. I hope that y'all enjoyed this discussion. Hit that thumbs up. And like I said, guys, back it all up with witchcraft, because they're using it too. And that's why your outcomes are coming out the way that they are. Just saying that you're going to do something, it ain't did nothing, has it. And many of y'all, the reason why spells are not working is because there's certain portals that are shut down for you. So, hey, mama. This is little gremlin baby. I have a little gremlin grandbaby. Daniela. Hold on, y'all. Yella. Oh, y'all, she being so bad. She over here hitting people. She's so bad. I'm gonna come and show y'all my new spa items today too. But I gotta go, guys. I'm about to wrap this up actually. But I just wanted to come and give y'all that tidbit, okay? If you guys need to reach me, my info is below. I do spiritual work for people because these people got y'all in chains. And I'll be sitting there looking like, dang, if only they knew. And you didn't even have to. You didn't even have to really struggle. Honestly. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That's really the reason why there's a lot of people in this world that die of heart attacks and strokes. Because they're always afraid. There's so much uncertainty and instability. It's too much of it. Okay. I like to feel stable. I don't like to go up and down. I like to, keep things really steady, but and to be honest with you, some of y'all gonna have to do work periodically for the rest of your life, or either just for, like half of your life until you get struggle that, people, that your family can bring into your life, that the people that can bring into your life. It's just a bunch of damn struggle, and don't nobody want to struggle, you know. Anyway, guys, I will see y'all later. Thank you for coming, you guys. Hey, Jacretia. Hello. Hey, unapologetic Ella and Lion 211777. Hello, hello. All right, guys, I gotta go. I will see y'all later. Have a happy Saturday. Love and light.